To understand the role of SigFit, it is helpful to outline the flow of integrated optomechanical analysis. The process may begin with thermal analysis, in which thermal loads are applied to a thermal model to generate temperature predictions. The thermal analysis may be followed by a structural analysis, in which the results of the thermal analysis and additional structural loads are applied to a structural model to produce predictions of displacements and stresses. In integrated optomechanical analysis, we would like to combine the results of the disciplines of thermal and structural analysis with that of optical analysis, in which an optical analysis model is used to make optical performance predictions such as wavefront error, line of sight error, distortion, and other optical performance metrics. The link that facilitates bringing these disciplines together takes the displacement predictions from the structural analysis and describes them in terms of rigid body motions and higher order surface deformations in forms that can be imported into the optical analysis model. Likewise, the stress predictions in the transmissive optics from the structural analysis may be converted into refractive index and birefringence changes due to the stress optic and stress-induced birefringence effects for import into the same optical analysis model. Lastly, index changes due to the thermo-optic effect in transmissive optics may be developed from the temperature predictions from the thermal analysis. This link between the disciplines of the mechanical analysis and optical analysis is the primary role of SigFit. Descriptions of disturbed optics may be provided to SigFit via finite element analysis results from Nastran, ANSYS, Abacus, or free format files written by user-supplied software. Input to SigFit may also come from test data in the form of Zernike int files, grid int files, or free format files. Such data is processed by SigFit so that it may be plotted in software such as MSC Patran, FEMAP, ANSYS, and Abacus. The data from SigFit may also be represented in forms usable by optical analysis software such as Code5, Zemax, and Oslo. Results from SigFit in the form of Zernike int files and grid int files may also be used for the purposes of metrology, such as test backouts or correlations. Finite element analysis data is supplied to SigFit in methods dependent upon the FEA software to which the analysis is being interfaced. With MSC Nastran, MD Nastran, NX Nastran, and NEI Nastran, both bulk data files of the finite element model and punch files of the results are read by SigFit directly. With ANSYS Mechanical APDL and ANSYS Workbench, an APDL macro supplied with SigFit is executed to generate an asig file readable by SigFit. With Simulia Abacus, the output database, or ODB, generated by Abacus may be read by SigFit directly. Defining an analysis in SigFit consists of several steps, including defining surfaces, specifying polynomial fitting options, selecting disturbances, and requesting output. Output from SigFit includes nodal output files for plotting SigFit results, printed output for viewing detailed numerical summaries and messages, tabular data output for making charts and plots, interpolated array data to compare with test data, and optical analysis files for import into popular optical analysis software. Import of SigFit results into optical analysis software generally involves executing from within the optical analysis software a macro file written by SigFit. This macro modifies the optical prescription in one of many optional ways to represent the disturbed system. Once the macro is executed, all of the analysis tools of the optical software are then available. Here we show the change in the spot diagram from a perfect focus to an aberrated focus due to the application of results from SigFit. Adaptive control simulation within SigFit can be used to predict the optical performance of adaptively controlled deformable optics whose design includes actuators, such as the example shown here. From an uncorrected disturbance prediction, SigFit's capabilities allow the user to develop predictions of the adaptively corrected performance. Either finite element analysis results, test data, or both may be used to represent disturbance cases of an optical system, such as the effects due to gravity reorientation or thermoelasticity. The same sources may also be used to represent the influence functions of each actuator in a set of actuator cases. Both of these representations may be imported into SigFit to develop predictions of the corrected disturbances. Output may be expressed in polynomial fits, nodal plotting files, files for import into optical analysis tools, hit maps interpolated to rectangular arrays, or other data summary files. SigFit's actuator layout optimization routine may be used to generate an optimum actuator layout from a set of user-specified candidate actuators. The actuator layout optimization feature can be very useful in developing actuator designs to meet a specific performance requirement. In actuator layout optimization, candidate actuator locations can be used by SigFit to develop a single optimum actuator layout of a user-specified number of actuators corresponding to one or more disturbance cases. The number of allowed actuators may be varied in separate layout optimizations to develop a design curve of corrected surface error as a function of the number of actuators. In the example design curve shown, if a corrected performance of 35 nanometers surface RMS is desired, then at least 12 actuators are required. The actuator layout design can be obtained from the SigFit output.